Well, hello, Donnie. How are you this evening or this morning? Where are we now? I'm doing good, Mr. President. I should call you Mr. President, not Donnie. Yes. Well, we got them on the ropes. Oh, you can believe that. Oh, we got all these people. These people were having sexual relations. It's amazing they came up for air to even type a text. I think they were having relations while they were texting. It's unbelievable. Yes. Oh my God. They make Sodom and Gomorrah look like a Teddy Ruxpin commercial. Yes. I know. Well, it's unbelievable, sir. Yes. Well, you know what they did? What they're saying right now, sir, is that uh and they had an informant on you. Yes. But they didn't inform you. It's like videotaping someone when they're having relations without informing them. Kind of like what we did with Strzok and Page and Kleinsmith and Moyer and all the others. Yes. Well, unbelievable, sir. Yes. Well, you go ahead and have a fantastic day. We're going to go ahead and speak to these wonderful people on HA live stream. Okay. Check out HA Second Amendment. All right. John Brennan, poo-poo out. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching today. There's so much information that's coming out, and by the way, I completely understand if you're a long time viewer of this channel and you are just you don't like the long format. Now because I'm doing live streams and you don't like the impressions or you don't like me and you're just watching because I'm speaking about things that nobody speaks about. The first half an hour I'm pretty much going to cover everything, so don't fret. You don't have to say, oh my God, why am I forced to watch 2 hours? You can condense it in a half an hour. Well, I usually do in the first half hour. So please hit subscribe right now, because there's some people who are like, I'm leaving you. This is horrible. But by and large, I think people really like this new format. So we're gonna roll with it. And the super chat people, thank you so much. I look forward. I will definitely read and discuss whatever you write in the super chat, and I thank you for really supporting this channel just beyond belief. Thank you so much. So yeah, I mean, one incentive for the super chat is I'm going to read out and thank you for your support, but I'll read out any statement or message or idea or discussion point. But let's get to, I mean, before we even get started with the FBI informant, because that's already been talked about, but now yet again, the FBI sends a letter saying, well, it was an informant. Well, then why didn't you inform Trump? That's the issue. You didn't inform Trump. You forgot to inform the person you were spying on. I wonder why. And usually an informant, for example, if let's say, for example, when Kevin Kleinsmith, FBI agent 2 or 1, and Sally Moyer, his girlfriend, FBI agent 3, they all have these anonymous names. Let's say somebody was spying on them and Strzok and Page, and they're like, oh, by the way, we took pictures of you to use as blackmail for perhaps, if you have significant others, but we weren't spying on you. We were informing you. See how that works? Suddenly, when it's not the narrative of the Democratic Party, it doesn't always work so well. We were not spying on you. We're informing. We're informants. Well, then why didn't you inform Trump? If he was truly the target of a Russian plot to hurt poor Hillary, then why didn't you inform Trump? At that point, right. At that point, it wasn't a matter of partisan politics. It was a matter of national security. That's what we were told. But Susan Rice actually told people to just stand down. So before we get to Stefan Alper, who has ties to U.S. intelligence, Gaius Gracchus, thank you so much. Hey, HA, subscribe during the Dems primary. I've dropped off after, but HB talks you up so much. I came back and I saw you on RT. I love crosstalk. Thank you, Gaius Gracchus. Thank you very much. And HB Hard Bastard is one of the great people on the internet and on YouTube, and he's awesome. Hard Bastard has an amazing live show. Definitely go on his super chat and live stream. Hard Bastard is awesome. I've had the great pleasure of being on Hard Bastard show with Stick Sexenhammer. It was just a wonderful three-way. It wasn't the three-way I always imagined, but it was awesome. It was awesome. It was me, Sticks, and HB Hard Bastard. I called Hard Bastard HB, and he's just awesome. So definitely check his definitely check him out. He's really great. So let's just really quickly get to Susan Rice, because this is really interesting. I don't understand how the really hilarious thing about all of this is that President Obama is on record as saying, well, you know, there's no way anyone can, there's just no way anyone can rig or cheat in an election. It's too decentralized. It's just impossible. And then, of course, the narrative changes. Hillary loses, and there's $1.2 billion that they have to justify losing. So let's just go. So Sarah Carter, I'm sorry, has a wonderful. Sarah Carter has a wonderful article out. Ordered to do nothing on Russia interference, seems like they only cared after the loss of the presidential election. Wonder why? I have several ideas. So actually, she's linking an article by Christian Dutok. Obama's cybersecurity coordinator confirms Susan Rice ordered him to stand down on Russian meddling. Why would you want to stand down on Russian meddling? Why would President Obama, when this is all going down, say, "Oh, nothing happened. Oh, nothing," or just, you know, Trump, stop complaining, Trump. So here's the article, and let's go ahead, and it's just really interesting. I'll send it again. All right, so let's go ahead. So I just sent that again, and Obama's cybersecurity coordinator confirms Susan Rice ordered him to stand down on Russian meddling. Michael Daniel confirmed Wednesday that former National Security Advisor Susan Rice ordered him to stand down in 2016 in regards to Russian attempts to meddle in the 2016 election. Notice how they use the Scooby Doo line, meddle. Those meddling kids. They use semantics in a way where you can't really pin them down. That's why Democrats will lose. That's why Democrats will get exposed. That's why Hillary Clinton will eventually get indicted on pick a crime, any crime. The legal statutes she's broken are endless. Espionage Act 793. If you want to say she was too stupid, like Comey, U.S. Code 793F. There are RICO laws that she's broken. All of these things. So, but why would you go ahead if? And then James Clapper like, there was no evidence, Chuck. Chuck Todd, if you ask me again, I'm going to go ahead and put you in a chokehold. There's no evidence of Trump-Russia collusion. None. Don't ask me again. Don't ask me again. Because that was that iconic interview. Well, if you could call it anything on MSNBC iconic, but where he was like, dude, it was there evidence of Trump-Russia collusion. And James Clapper, the ODNI chief, the guy who wrote the ODNI report, Office of Director of National Intelligence, stating there's no evidence of Trump-Russia collusion. We're going to investigate. Meanwhile, with Clinton, it's like, JB Goth, thank you so much. Trump 2020. Trump's going to easily win in 2020. So it's not even going to be pretty for Democrats. It's going to be, he'll do better this time around than he did with Clinton. And you can mark that down.
Nobody cares about the media. The media is despised. The majority of the media is absolutely despised because there's only so much you can just pontificate and virtue signal and demean. And instead of Hillary calling everyone deplorable, the media is doing it for the Democratic Party. So if you have a difference of opinion in terms of immigration, and for example, I actually kind of lean more towards more towards the liberal view of immigration. I have friends who are dreamers. I want them to be citizens. But they tell me like, oh, well, I hope Trump helps us. I hope Trump helps us. I appreciate everyone being so kind and wonderful. If you didn't get a notification, do me a favor if you can. Tweet this out. If you're on the Twitter, if you're on the Facebook, if you're on Instagram, anywhere, tweet this out. Tell people to go ahead and subscribe. But DK LaRoche, thank you so much. Thank you, DK LaRoche. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. So Michael Daniel, okay, so Daniel, a special assistant to former President Barack Obama and White House security coordinator, told members of the Senate Intelligence Committee that quotes attributed to him in the book were accurate rendering of the conversation he had with Rice and his staff. So Russian roulette, the inside story of Putin's war in America and the election of Donald Trump. So that's hilarious. Putin's war in America, the Democrats can't articulate how it's okay for Obama to have sold Putin 20% of U.S. uranium capacity and then call him a threat. It still doesn't resonate with most Americans. That's why people don't care. This isn't the Cold War. People don't care. So it's just unbelievable. Like, Democrats have nothing. They don't have immigration reform. They don't have like a vision, a clear vision of what they want to take place. They want to resist. They exist just to be like a sore on your behind, like a barnacle on a whale or a ship. They're just like a pimple, or like, they just exist to just annoy. Do they have any specific? I mean, their whole thing is about climate change. So fine, any specific green economy plan? Any specific plan? Gaius Gracchus, thank you so much. Do you think HRC will run again? I'm kind of joking, but at the same time, she just won't go away. She was just in my country, Ireland, talking. I love Ireland. Love the Irish people. Country Ireland, talking with our head of state, who is basically our version of HRC. I think that she'll run again, and I think that she'll run again. I think that she'll run again, even if indicted. I think that she'll get indicted. So, and that's the thing. I think that she's going to get indicted, and she'll still run. So, I'm taking it up a notch. I'm taking it up a notch. I'm not gonna say that she won't run after being indicted, because Democrats will still vote for her. It's very, very the groupthink and the cult mentality is very strong. But yeah, she'll probably, because the thing is, they don't have anyone who can raise money. So they say, "Oh my God, she'll never run again. Please, please go." The other more logical scenario is that she is finally indicted and the Democratic Party is completely obliterated in terms of the base of power, and the Clintons just are removed from the Democratic Party in terms of like a cult leader being removed from the cult. I think that's probably going to happen more so than when she gets indicted. Obviously, her I'm kind of, I guess, being facetious, a bit of hyperbole when I first answered the question. I think that I can imagine her still running or thinking of running even after being indicted. But I think in the long run, it'll be too much for Democrats. At the end of the day, I think that she will get indicted. She won't be able to run. So that's where I think. So LexDad 1193 HA, the Obama cabal was the most corrupt ever. They infected every branch of government. That's true. I mean, in terms of, they might not have been the most corrupt ever, but they were one of the most corrupt administrations. And in terms of something that was unprecedented, in the United States of America, we have a peaceful transition of power. And Obama ended that. We don't have any more peaceful transition of power with Trump becoming president. They actually tried to undermine Trump before he even became president, under the guise of Russia interference, under the guise of, well, you know, this is for the national security, yet they can't find any evidence of Russia collusion, so they keep on trying to fabricate some kind of link. They don't have any link. The ODNI, the intelligence reports are moderately to highly confident. They have no evidence of anything. Even though they have no evidence that Russia would even hack the DNC to do what? To inform us of how evil and corrupt the DNC was in cheating Bernie Sanders. So what Democrats have done is that they've masked all their failures and their immoral behavior by saying, well, it was Russia who wanted you to know how immoral we were. It was Russia who wanted you to know how inept Hillary Clinton was, or how dishonest she was. So what they've done is, and Democrats, they don't care. They just want a reason. They want some reason to justify their loss. They can't, you know, they have no evidence. And with Clinton, they have so much. There's so much evidence. And Comey was like, yeah, here's all the evidence, but we're not going to indict her because she's too stupid. And Democrats, what they've done is they say, well, it's all morally relative. It's all morally relative. Even hardcore Bernie supporters are going to me and say, well, Trump is a criminal too. Really? What did he do? Oh, he did so much. Well, what did he do? Not all the things he could have done without any evidence from MSNBC and CNN. What did he do? Because I can give you a list of what Clinton did. Brian Lankowski, thank you so much. MAGA, Mr. Trump, Make America Great Again, Mr. Trump. Thank you so much. Thank you, Brian Lankowski. Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody in the super chat. We're almost at 500 people. Thank you, Brian. Thank you. We're almost at 500 people. We're 18 minutes in. And so the Washington Post reported that Obama himself, along with 3 top aides, was given direct evidence from CIA of Russian President Vladimir Putin's cyber campaign. So that's hilarious, because at that point right now, at that point, Brennan was speaking to Harry Reid. Brennan never gave Obama direct evidence. And if he did, why didn't President Obama tell the country? Do you want to know what President Obama told the country? I'll tell you right now. This is a very famous CNN. Obama, stop complaining, Trump. All right, so election rig. So stop whining. This is President Obama. This is October 18th, 2016. This is October 18th, 2016. So we will get to FBI sends classified letter to House GOP on use of informants in Trump campaign. So I'll just really quickly for the people who don't want to spend too long here, my subscribers who like just the uploads. The FBI on Friday sent a classified letter. This is just out hours back. This article, the FBI Friday sent a classified letter to House GOP officials disclosing whether the agency used top secret confidential informants and the Trump campaign prior to opening an investigation into Russian election meddling. Okay, congressional Republicans have formally demanded an explanation from the FBI after numerous former Trump officials said they suspected the agency had attempted to infiltrate the campaign, which they did. In a letter to House Intelligence Committee Chairman Devin Nunes obtained by Fox News, the FBI said its confidential explanation outlines whether the, quote, FBI utilized confidential human sources prior to the issuance of electronic communication, then initiating that investigation. The Harry Channel, thank you so much. Are you sure we don't need to worry about Kirsten Gillibrand and or Kamala Harris running in 2020? I don't think either will win. Although they might be nominated, I don't think that either will win 2020, primarily because progressives don't like them. And progressives within the Democratic Party are a very interesting bunch. I used to be one. There are divisions within even the progressive movement. Nobody is unified on the left. There's no unity of thought because the left is just, there are people who focus only on euphemisms, and their lives are devoted to telling people how horrible they are on Twitter, social media, Facebook. And they actually target people on the left more than anyone on the right. So you're going to find people whose lives are devoted to calling people on the left Nazis for simple disagreements. And then so Kamala Harris and Kirsten Gillibrand are viewed as corporate Democrats. So you're not going to get the voter turnout needed. There might be more Democrats. Democrats might have media. They might have Hollywood. It's said they have the youth vote, but they don't really. That young people are actually turning away from the Democratic Party, which is horrible. But all of this is just obliterated or undermined by the fact that they're not unified. There's no message. There's no provocative, passionate, grandiose message that Democrats offer. In fact, Democrats are the ones saying, "Oh, well, we're gonna censor you. You can't say certain things, so free speech is out the window. Oh, by the way, you can't say certain things, and we're going to cozy up to the intelligence community because Russia interfered in the election." So they've become 1950s McCarthy Republicans, and they don't have grandiose visions on immigration, climate change. They don't have, war. There's still, when Trump does something like, "Oh, well, he should have bombed more," Kim Jong-un, this unbelievable. So the Harry Channel, thank you so much. What is Kirsten Gillibrand and Kamala Harris? What could they say? And oh my God, Trump signed a peace deal with North Korea. Oh my God, he exposed corrupt FBI agents. Oh my God, look what he's doing with immigration. And Trump can just tweet out a New York Magazine article right here in the description. This is a New York Magazine, the New York Times. Obama administration handed child migrants over to human traffickers. That's the thing. They have no moral standing. They have no moral vantage point. And the whole point of the first female, even Democrats are like, I just want, most people, left or right, just want somebody that speaks to them. They don't really care too much at this point if it's the first female or whatever. They want someone who speaks to them. President Obama spoke to the country. President Obama was the first black president, but he also spoke to the country. He was an amazing, amazing campaigner. I cried when President Obama won. I voted for him twice, but he wasn't the person I thought he was. He was against the Iraq war. He was the first person in one of the debates in 2008 to say that it was a big mistake. And I had never heard somebody, left or right, to actually say that in that manner. I forgot the way he phrased it, but it was one like, I think he even called it illegal. So I was like, wow, wow. And exactly. So I became a Trump voter when the day the DNC sued WikiLeaks, I said Trump 2020. Exactly. And but President Obama, we're going to get to President Obama in a second. There's so many things to talk about. But so the FBI said, oh yeah, we went ahead and we used an informant. We didn't inform anyone in the Trump campaign. And oh, by the way, Susan Rice told the cyber czar, Obama's cyber czar, oh, stand down. Don't do anything. So they've contradicted themselves left and right. But let's just look at really quickly. So, I mean, what are they going to, what are Democrats going to run? We saved you from Russian hacking that never happened. We deported 2.5 million people when Obama was in power, but Trump is bad on immigration. What are they going to say? Oh, well, we're more hawkish than Trump. Yeah, nobody wants that. If Democrats actually stood for this phrase, bring our soldiers home, but even to some Democrats, that's too like nationalistic. Even saying bring our soldiers home, they would say, "Oh my God, that's isolationist," and that is linked to this euphemism and that euphemism and this euphemism and that euphemism. And oh my God, it's like what? I've had people tell me, I'm like, well, Trump is less hawkish. They're like, well, he's less hawkish because he doesn't like Muslims. What? What kind of ridiculous response is that? Well, Obama and Clinton and Democrats, they don't hate Muslims, but they'll destroy Libya to where there's now slave auctions in Libya. How does that work? How does that even work? To Democrats, you can say what you say means more than what you do. So this is President Obama absolutely destroying. This is President Obama absolutely destroying the Russian narrative. He does it himself. And let's go ahead. I'll just go ahead and send this to you right now. We have almost 600 people. It's 27 minutes into this. Thank you again to all the super chat people. You really get me thinking. You get me going, and it's really wonderful to interact with you. That's what, like, when people are like, who are used to the way I used to do things, are like, oh my God, your impressions is too long. But I mean, if you spend the first half hour, I'm pretty much going to talk about, everything there is to talk about. Then the rest is we're going off into all different directions. But
I've never seen in my lifetime or in modern political history any presidential candidate trying to discredit the elections and the election process.
I've never seen in my lifetime any candidate. I can't do Obama, but it's
before votes have even taken place.
Before votes have even taken place.
It's unprecedented.
It's unprecedented.
It happens to be based on no facts.
So here we get to the fantastic lecturing. It's just 627 people. Here we get to the fantastic lecturing. It's based on no facts. Okay. Let's continue. I agree with you. This is probably one of President Obama's best speeches in 8 years.
Every expert, regardless of political party.
So the appeal to experts and authority, that's a Democratic, and it's not a matter of appeal to reason or logic, because these Democrats are saying that Russia hacked the election without evidence. So they'll go ahead and completely, the mental gymnastics with Democrats is just unbelievable. So they're always going to appeal to experts. They're always going to appeal to experts. And then suddenly when the narrative changes, the experts are the intelligence community. When Obama was talking, the experts happened to be people who looked at every election and said, oh yeah, by the way, it's impossible for anyone to cheat or rig a national election. Democratic National Committee is different. But the federal government or state governments, it's just impossible, as the Electoral College protects us from all of this. But here's the appeal to authority. that basically destroys Clapper and Brennan and Comey and Strzok and all of them, all their narratives.
Regardless of ideology, conservative or liberal, who has ever examined these issues in a serious way will tell you that instances of significant voter fraud are not to be found.
Not to be found, and he's smiling. So let's just listen to that again.
These issues.
So that's, I mean, it's just Alan Walters, thank you so much. Check your messages for link to U.S. spies killed in China. Let's just check that out. Ex-CIA officer suspected of compromising Chinese informants is arrested. So that's okay. Chinese killed or imprisoned several CIA informants in the country starting in 2010, unraveling the agency's source network and a devastating setback for the CIA. Well, also, there could have been a person. There was a person arrested, but Clinton also had CIA agent names. So CIA Clinton emails. CIA compromised in Hillary's emails. The names of some CIA personnel could have been compromised in release of Clinton's emails. So she had, I mean, that's the Associated Press. So I mean, you can always find something that relates to Clinton's emails. Unbelievable. But thank you so much. Thank you, Alan Walters. So people, some people, I mean, most people love my sessions, but some people don't. Some people really hate my sessions. They want me to stop, but I'm going to keep going. Or maybe I'll stop and never do them again. 700 people. We're 32 minutes in. But let's just really quickly, Obama. We have to.
Issues in a serious way.
So just show. Let's listen to this.
Every expert, regardless of political party, regardless of ideology, conservative or liberal, who has ever examined these issues in a serious way will tell you that instances of significant voter fraud are not to be found. That, keep in mind, elections are run by state and local officials, which means that there are places like Florida, for example, where you've got a Republican governor who's a Republican appointees are going to be running and monitoring a whole bunch of these election sites. The notion that somehow if Mr. Trump loses Florida, it's because of those people that you have to watch out for, that is both irresponsible and, by the way, doesn't really show the kind of leadership and toughness that you'd want out of a president. You start whining before the game's even over.
You start whining before the game's even over? You start whining before the game's even over. That's called Trump Russia. That's called putting an FBI informant, a spy, an FBI spy inside Trump's campaign. You're doing more than whining. You're doing more than whining. You're trying to go ahead and let's put in fake teeth and do a Pelosi impression. Oh, did you hear? That's a fantastic one. Did you hear the one where she's like, doo-doo, and she's putting cherry on a doggy doo. Cherry on doggy doo, Pelosi. So Pelosi, GOP spending bill is doggy doo with a cherry on top. Wow. That is going to rev up young people, that real talk, that frank, real, honest, just the bold. Oh my God, it's just really great. It's almost like the very polished version of Trump's tweets.
Good afternoon. Today they're putting on the floor a continuing resolution, which in itself is not the way to go.
Oh my God. That's hilarious. She's hilarious.
To have another continuing resolution, and how many more are there to come? But the fact is, of its substance, it is wrong. So having nothing to do with protecting our dreamers or anything
Sheila
else,
Marie, thank you.
we will be opposing this continuing.
Hold on one second. Sheila Marie, thank you so much. Will you do a Sessions phone call conversation briefing Agent 86 Don Adams gets smart on infiltrating the FBI dating website as double agent under cone of silence? My personal favorite Sessions. Thank you so. Wow, Sheila Marie. I love Get Smart. I remember as a kid just watching him going through all the corridors. It was awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna do that in a second, but let's just hear the doggy do from let's listen to Pelosi's doggy do. Hold on one second.
Resolution. This is like giving you
She's fumbling over the words. That is real talk in a kind of really impromptu but not so passionate manner. It's exactly what Democrats like.
Bowl of doggy do, put a cherry on top and call it a chocolate sundae. This is nothing.
A bowl of doggy do and putting a cherry on top and calling it a chocolate sundae. Let's hear that again. That's actually my ringtone. Bowl of doggy do. Cherry. What? Oh, okay. Hi, how are you, honey? Bowl of doggy do. Hold on one second. We have to listen to this. This is fantastic. This is real talk.
This is nothing. This is the chip. This chip should have been done in September. First of all, second, call it a chocolate sun. Bowl of doggy do. Put a cherry on top and call it a chocolate sundae.
So this is just like when Bernie Sanders, when the little bird flew. I cried in that one too. I'm crying all over the place. It's waterworks all over the place. Then I'm like, Trump, enough crying. Enough. No more. Revenge politically. And also you get peace with North Korea. That's pretty good. He's not racist. Hillary was racist, and the left had zero problem with Hillary, even though they're like, I didn't like Hillary. Yeah, right. You voted for Clinton. Don't lie. Suddenly all these people never voted for Clinton. Isn't that fantastic? Hold on really quickly. I'm sorry. I have to do this.
Bowl of doggy do. Bowl of doggy do. Put a cherry on top and call it a chocolate sundae. Giving you a continuing resolution. This is like giving you a bowl of doggy do.
Yeah.
Put a cherry on top and call it a chocolate sundae.
All right. I just want to let you know the type of person I am. I could listen to this for about an hour. So I would listen. I would play it on rewind for an hour, and I would watch 809 people go to 10 people. There would be 10 people who would listen with me, and for 1 hour straight, a bowl of doggy do and call it a chocolate sundae. Okay. So Jeff Sessions phone conversation, briefing agent, infiltrating. So okay, so that's good. This is fantastic. So yeah. Hello, Don Adams. Yes. This is Get Smart. You talking to me on your phone? Your shoe phone? What kind of shoe you have? Nike? Okay, cool. Jordans? Nice. You got a phone on your Jordans? Okay, great. Well, I wanted to talk to you about FBI1062up.com. Yes. Well, we got Kevin Kleinsmith, the giant grizzly man. Did you see him? He loves to stand near statues. Yes. He's with a giant grizzly going like that. It's fantastic. I don't know if he's dating the giant grizzly. Oh, that's not Sally Moyer. No, it's somebody else.
I don't know. I don't say anything. If you want to be a grizzly nowadays, you're a grizzly human. I don't care. I'm not getting into it. Grizzly bathrooms. Fine. Whatever. I don't even want to talk about it. And want a grizzly bear in the bathroom? Go ahead. No problem. I'm totally joking. This is satire. This is not even happening. I'm talking about Clevin Kleinsmith in his photo with the big giant grizzly bear. Yes. Well, it's a new website they made up. It's called FBIWannaSticksYouUp.com. And it's Kleinsmith and Moyer and Strzok and Page. Well, they make Sodom and Gomorrah look like Pee-wee's Playhouse. Yes. I don't know. They were stooping left and right. Stoop. Condoms? I hope they were safe. Safe sex is where it's at. Yes. On the floor? Oh, no. People were tripping. Oh, no. Literally tripping. Tripping. Whoa, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Can you imagine? Could you imagine cleaning up that floor? The janitors must be, well, they must be traumatized. Yes. Okay, sir. Yes. Well, get smart, Don Adams. I love you. I'm going to go now. I have no idea. Well, we have videotapes of everybody, so it don't matter. Yes. Oh, we got video. Believe me. Believe me, I don't have to watch the Playboy channel. I got video from the FBI. No problem. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great day now. Okay, bye. So I have different factions who are like, this is not funny. And then I have factions who are like, this is funny. So most people think it's funny. Whatever. I'm just along for the ride here. Sheila Marie, thank you so much always. Blessed Hope, thank you so much, and God bless you. Thank you, Blessed Hope. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Blessed Hope. And thank you, everybody in the super chat. So the funny thing is, like, the funny thing is, like, when people, and honestly, if you watch this show, if you watch this show and you take the time to listen to me ramble on forever about and meander in my thoughts. The other day, somebody's like, finish a thought, finish one thought. And it's true, because I'm like, oh, like, and what's this? And look at that. And what's this? And then I got the super chat where I'm like, yes, hold on. So, but John O'Brien. But the thing is, like, there are people who are telling me, you're not a comedian. It's not funny at all. But the thing is, whether it's funny or not, it is a catharsis for me to just let loose a little bit. And that's the thing. This is so absurd. Everything is so absurd. So it's really not about whether it's funny or not. It's just a catharsis. Joseph Arbuckle, thank you. Yes. Ramones. 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 Yes. Love the Ramones. I love them. Johnny D.D. Marky Joey. Jono D.D. Marky Joey Ramone. I mean, all of them. Johnny Ramone. D.D. was amazing. Hilarious. Brilliant. Marky's awesome. With Joey, of course. And that voice, they're just so amazing. They're just so amazing. So yeah, we have the tapes. We sure do. You want to know who else we have? Don Adams. We have John Brennan. Oh, he's making sweet love. Do you want to know to who? Why don't you take a guess? Who's John Brennan making love to? John Brennan. He's making love to himself. You do the math on that one. Anthony Weiner. Think about that before you go to bed. We got 742 people watching. I want you to close your eyes right now and think about John Brennan making love to the CIA chief, Brennan. Yes. Have a great day. Think about that tonight. Remember what I told you. Okay. Anyway, so let's just read this. Let's go back to the original what the segment's about. So FBI sends classified letter to House GOP on use of informants in Trump's campaign. The FBI. Okay, so the FBI, quote, utilized confidential human sources prior to the issuance of electronic communication initiating that investigation. So the interesting thing is also Stefan Alper has ties to the CIA and to British intelligence. So when you look at Stefan Alper, he was one of the informants. He's tied to Brennan and tied to GCHQ. Thank you, Gaius Gracchus. Thank you. I might have missed it, but thank you. Didi's rap was really awesome. Yes. You know what's so great? He was willing to go ahead and try rap. Did you miss my last super chat? My Goodman, great impression. Thank you so much. Thank you. For some reason, I didn't see it, but thank you, Gaius Gracchus. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, Didi's rap was, so the Ramones is a punk band, and Didi Ramone is one of the iconic members, and he was, towards the end of his career approaching the end of his career, was like, yeah, I want to try rap music. And it was, it was awesome. It was awesome. I think it's fantastic for artists to just try different things. 730 people. It's 47 minutes, and we're in the first inning of this ball game, ladies and gentlemen. So Trump, Spygate could be one of the biggest scandals in political history. I'm going to tweet that out right now. It's true. Spygate is one of the biggest scandals, whether or not the Washington Post or Vox or anybody else cares. So, the poo-poo dossier. Well, John Brennan tried the poo-poo. That's all there is to know. Tried Hillary's poo-poo. FBI sends classified letter to House. Okay, so there you go. Now, Stefan Alper. We can just go ahead and who was this informant? Well, one of the informants was Stefan Alper, GCHQ. The London to Langley spy ring. The American Spectator. Stefan Alper is a guy who also in the 80s worked with Reagan to infiltrate four surprising facts about Stefan Alper. The FBI informant who monitored the Trump campaign, Stefan Alper, oversaw a CIA spying operation in the 1980 election. This is Glenn Greenwald. That's interesting. They would use a guy that presided over a spy operation in the 1980 election. And Stefan Alper was also paid what, $1 million by the Obama administration. We'll get to that in a second. 4 decades ago, Alper was responsible for a long-forgotten spying scandal involving the 1980 election in which the Reagan campaign, using CIA officials managed by Alper, reportedly under the direction of former CIA director and then vice presidential candidate George W. Bush, got caught running a spy operation from inside the Carter administration. Well, isn't that special? This is the wonderful informant. Isn't that special? So they tried to inform Trump without informing him with a guy who was already in charge, or who has already been implicated in a spy ring during an election.
FBI informant helpers paid over $1 million, spied on Trump after election. Isn't that fantastic? Between 2012 and 2018, you can rest assured that the contracts for this guy were not signed while Trump was president. Received $1,058,161. Wow. Isn't that great? Gerald Odom, thank you so much. Thank you, Gerald. The topic will be about, thank you so much for asking that, and thank you so much for your generosity and kindness. Gerald Odom, what's the topic of your next book? It'll be a different angle regarding the Russia fabrication. Well, in terms of people like Comey and Strzok and all of those people, and McCabe, basically all the people who are criminals. Basically, all the people who now need GoFundMe accounts. Well, thank you for asking, Gerald Odom. Thank you, and thank you, Gerald, for your kindness, for the super chat. I have the best super chat on YouTube too. By the way, I'm going to go ahead and start using that T-shirt company from YouTube. So I'll get profanity alerts. I'll get Wang Doodle. H.A. Goodman, YouTube, Wang Doodle. Why not? Why not? Would you wear a Wang Doodle shirt? Okay, I would. I don't know if I would actually, but that's Congressman Kennedy talking about Wang Doodle. But Stefan Alper, I'll go ahead and tweet this out. Stefan Alper's just given $1 million for 6 years of work. Not bad. Not bad to go ahead and spy and try to thrust us into another Cold War. It's not bad at all. $1 million. I'm sure a lot of people will take $100,000 to do that. 50 grand. $1 million, ladies and gentlemen, for the FBI informant that was not a spy. But this is, I mean, you cannot expect Democrats to ever admit to anything. They spied on Trump's campaign. They don't have evidence. They cheated Bernie Sanders. They lost outspending Trump 2-1. They never investigated Hillary Clinton, how she transferred top secret intelligence from SIPRNet, JWICs, and SCIFs onto her unencrypted server. I might be one of the few, maybe the only person to actually talk about special access program intelligence that was transferred onto her server. It was in my MSNBC segment in 2016. It's so easy, and what they're doing is they have an ace card, and they're just waiting, and they're just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and every single day you and I will be vindicated. But Republicans know Sessions, Trump, Christopher Wray, General Nakasone at the NSA, Gina Haspel at the CIA, Dan Coates, ODNI, Pompeo at the Secretary of State. They know that all of this, they know that the Clinton dynasty or empire or whatever, they know it all ends when finally we're told how all of this, how she transferred top secret intelligence. Blessed hope. Yes. Yes. T-shirt idea. HA After Dark, making America horny again. That's a good idea too. I'm wondering if the T-shirt company and YouTube will allow me to use the word horny, but I don't think why. Considering U.S. politics, that's like not even. By the way, check out what Johnny Deutsch said on MSNBC. This is some scary stuff. God help us. What did Johnny Deutsch say? Let's see. So Stefan Alper was paid over $1 million. Okay, so there you go. Johnny Deutsch. MSNBC's Donnie Deutsch gets into scuffle at Polo Bar. That's interesting. Got a physical with another man who he thought was bothering a table of 4 women. That's fantastic. Well, let's go ahead and wait. What did he say? I'm trying to find out what he said. Johnny Deutsch said on MSNBC, Gaius Gracchus. So what did he say? Huh. Okay, let me just, if there's a link, if someone could provide me a link to it, MSNBC. Or is it Donnie Deutsch? Oh. If you vote for Trump, you are ripping children from their parents' arms. As opposed to Mr. Deutsch apparently never read this article, Orphaned by Obama. Orphaned by Obama. Orphaned by Deportation, the Crisis of American Children Left Behind. October 2014. Donnie Deutsch of MSNBC, who was president in October of 2014. Da na 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 na. Who is Theodore Roosevelt? Sorry. Donnie Deutsch, sorry. No. It was President Obama. So you can go ahead and have a nice vacation someplace where there's not that much sunshine. Orphaned by Deportation, the Crisis of American Children Left Behind. Speaking to The Guardian, Andres said that he cried because he was remembering the day his father was deported. By Obama. By Obama. Thanks, MSNBC, for your phony moral grandstanding. Oh, and by the way, New York Magazine, 2016. This is New York Magazine. This is a Senate report. This is in the description section. Report, Obama administration handed child migrants over to human traffickers. I have 1,000 retweets on that, retweeting that article. So thank you, Blessed Hope. And thank you, Gerald Odom, very, very much. 828 people on this bad boy right here. 828 people, and we're 1 hour in. We're still going strong. We're still growing strong. So, Sarah Carter ordered to do nothing on Russian interference. Seems like they only cared after the loss of the presidential election. Wonder why? Well, let's see. Why don't we ask Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, Kevin Kleinsmith, Sally Moyer, James Comey, Andrew McCabe, James Comey's chief of staff Ribicki, and FBI agent 3.75, FBI agent 4.672, and FBI agent 5.7689, 867-5309. So 3 FBI agents that are unnamed, and I've listed 7 that are either out, legal trouble, criminal referral, being investigated. That's 10 FBI agents. 10. You want to talk about draining the swamp? 10 are no longer there. The biggest, most important ones, by the way, or people involved in the mid-year, the Clinton email investigation and Trump Russia. Then you have 13 angry Democrats with Mueller's probe. You have attorneys who gave tens of thousands to Democrats, and one who worked with the Clinton who defended the Clinton Foundation. Then you have, what's his name? Did not provide any evidence of Trump-Russia collusion. There's no evidence of Trump-Russia collusion. There's no evidence at all. Have you heard from Adam Schiff lately? His 15 minutes are done. The deer in the headlights thing did not catch on at all. At all. Didn't catch on. And he was punked by Vovan and Alexis, 2 Russian comedians / journalists. So, thank you, everyone in the super chat. Thank you so much. And so, let's go ahead. I want to get back to a Trump tweet that I'm probably looking too much into, but it's really, really important. And Democrats, they don't get it. They don't get it. They don't get it at all. Like if you look at Adam Schiff's Twitter profile, for example, it's like city lights. Okay. It's an observatory. Griffith Observatory. They might be the Griffith Observatory. Okay, so Trump, and then say Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Let's just here. I'll get them. I'll get to my point eventually. She's laughing with children, Latino young people, like teenagers, young people. Okay. And Trump is speaking to what it looks like manufacturing workers. And it's building America stronger again. Let's get Kirsten Gillibrand. Okay, Kirsten Gillibrand. Okay, so Kirsten Gillibrand on her Twitter profile, she's just a speech to a whole bunch of people, nothing in particular. Why is Trump speaking to people in Wisconsin, in Michigan, in Pennsylvania now? Building America stronger again. So that is important to people in states that Democrats lost. And then they're going to wonder why the Russians interfered again. You can only blame Russia without evidence for one election. You can't continually do it. And one reason is that Trump, whether you want to say that he breaks norms or that he is different from other politicians or that his personality annoys people, who cares? He's quintessentially American. He's loud. We are known to be loud and brash, and that's what Americans, Democrats seem to think that, Clinton's polished. It was nauseating. They're like, I watched Clinton's debate with the volume off. And oh my God, her shimmy was so heroic. It was nauseating. Trump is loud and brash and he tweets, but he's speaking now, today, in June of 2018, to people with hard hats. And by the way, there are people in manufacturing, white, black, Latino, Asian. It affects all demographics. People, what they don't understand also is that people will say, well, he just spoke to it's just a matter of certain demographic, white Americans. That's he's only speaking to them. No, he's speaking to everyone. That's a racist thing to even say. Oh, so there are no other people who are in manufacturing and in coal mines and in any manufacturing plant or fracking or whatever. You're speaking to people who are building things. You're speaking to people who use the Caterpillar bulldozers. You're speaking to people who are moving giant objects, building, construction. You're speaking to, so he's saying building America stronger again. He's speaking to these people. Democrats do not speak to these to people who are within the Midwest, of all different ethnicities or backgrounds. They don't. Democrats are very, very pompous, arrogant. You better vote for us because we're the smartest people. And oh, by the way, we're against the racists, but we actually called black youth super predators. Hillary Clinton did. Hillary Clinton called Mahatma Gandhi a gas station attendant. That was okay, apparently. Hillary Clinton, which is not obviously okay, but with Clinton, they just let it slide. Clinton also evoked the assassination of Robert F. Kennedy. Our first black president was running, and she brings up the assassination of RFK. She was out of her mind. She was out of her mind. Of course, she's given a free pass. Clinton was given a free pass forever. But that's my point, though. So before I get to the actual tweet, they're going to lose swing states again because they don't care about speaking to people within Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Ohio. So okay, so two tweets. One, the major Wall Street Journal opinion piece today talking about the Russian witch hunt and disgrace that it is. So many people hurt, so bad for our country, a total sham. Okay. And then a great article in the Wall Street Journal, Mueller's fruit of the poisonous tree. But the interesting thing is there's one tweet. Oh, here it is. I'll send it to you. So I will send it to you right now. This is the tweet. And we'll do this. This is important. So I'm actually going to tweet this out, an H.A. Goodman author right now. But Fox News poll numbers plummet on the Democrat-inspired and paid-for Russia witch hunt. With all of the bias, lying, and hate by the investigators, people want the investigators investigated. Fantastic. Then this is the line that's really important. Much more will come out. He didn't just make billions in terms of real estate. He also made hundreds of millions in terms of being a reality show star. He knows exactly. This is Hollywood. That's another reason Hollywood hates him, because he went into Hollywood and also did well there. Much more will come out. We're still in the first or second inning. We know that there are 10 FBI agents out of the FBI being or investigated or exposed or outed. 10 FBI agents. Clapper, Brennan, already out. Trump has the CIA in his pocket. So, I mean, he appointed Gina Haspel, who's beholden to him. First female chief of the CIA. Not somebody I would have picked because of her experiences in the Bush administration with torture, but that's what he picked. You don't think she's a career from the 80s? Career CIA agent. And the CIA has a $15 billion budget, more than any other intelligence community budget, for a reason. They run the show. So you're already seeing more favorable pieces, articles when it comes to Trump. You're already seeing more favorable coverage. It's somewhat more favorable. I'm not talking about the uproar or frenzy regarding immigration. The immigration uproar will not work because whereas I want dreamers to become citizens, Democrats have had an abysmal history. 2.5 million people deported by President Obama, 2.5 million people. And then they made a huge issue during the election. Obama didn't really deport a lot of people. He just sent them back into the desert. That's like a biblical, sent them back. Oh, wow. Moral Obama. No, you can't come in. We're going to just send you back from where you came from. That's a deportation. That's a statistic added on, or a person added on to the statistic of being deported. But Democrats were saying, well, he didn't really deport them. He just told them to leave. Wow, that's really great. Go back to the dangers of crossing yet again back to your country where you risk being raped and killed. That's President Obama. 2.5 million people deported. 2.5 million. And then who was it? Like who was it who was like, oh yeah, look what Trump is doing. Sorry, that's another propaganda fail. The kids in cages, that was Obama. Oh, the crying little girl in the Time magazine, one of the biggest propaganda fails. She was never separated from her family. And her father is upset, rightfully so, that she was used for propaganda. They can't even they can't even utilize propaganda effectively. They're so corrupt that they trip over their propaganda attempts. They're so corrupt. It's mind-boggling how inept they are. They are so inept that they can't even attack Trump, right, in a manner that's logical without implicating themselves. And it's just unbelievable. The amount of lies and deceit in terms of omission. When Democrats are saying Trump is evil for what he's doing, what they're omitting is that Obama did the same thing and worse in many cases. Let's look at Peter Strzok really quickly. So House panel subpoenas, so we know this. Good luck to grill disgraced FBI agent. Yes, this is just like 20 minutes, 50 minutes ago. June 24th. Goodlad is awesome too. Congressman Goodlad from Virginia. He's a really a great, grandfatherly like figure from the Midwest. And he's the type of guy who doesn't get upset. He's not like a Jewish guy like H.A. Goodman, where he's just yelling all the time. And or maybe like, other ethnicities like would be like H.A. Goodman. In this time period I'm not going to go into. There are other ethnicities that are louder and they'll just why did you do that? Why? That kind of thing. But Bob Goodlad is a fantastic, wonderful, grandfatherly figure from the Midwest. And when he grills Strzok, it'll be fantastic in every sense of the word because he's going to say, so you were having sexual relations with Elisa Page, is that correct? Why then were you so interested in stopping Trump when she said, oh, honey, reading, oh, honey, he's not going to win, right? No, we'll stop him. Why did you say we'll stop him? So that's the thing. Peter Strzok, anti-Trump text disturbing. Good luck to grill disgraced FBI agent. Love it in a deposition. Fantastic. House Judiciary Committee Chairman Bob Goodlatte described the revealing text messages that surfaced between disgraced FBI agent Peter Strzok and FBI attorney Lisa Page as disturbing during ongoing investigations into the Russian collusion matter, as well as the investigation into Hillary Clinton's email server while she was Secretary of State. So 854 people. We got 850 people watching, and it's well over an hour. It's very disturbing because the implication wasn't I'm expressing my private opinion about an individual, but says I have a plan to stop him. Also, we have discussions about an insurance policy to make Donald Trump, to make sure Donald Trump doesn't get elected president of the United States. And every single time Democrats try to justify this, they again trip over their own propaganda. Every single time you see a Wall Street Journal article, well, it does sound bad, but but here's what the real story is. You're not going to fool people like that. You just can't always fool people like that. That's not sustainable. You're not going to continually. The American people can be swayed, obviously, like any nation, but at a certain point, people are going to say, "Wait a second, now you're trying to deceive me." And like any country, when you're being deceived endlessly, people push back. That's another reason Trump won. Because media was like, no, you can't. No, you can't. No, don't do it. He's a horrible person. He's a bad person. He's a bad person. And people were like, no, you know what? I'm just going to do what I want. You keep on going ahead, and you keep on harping on the same thing. And people were like, no, we're going to actually do the opposite of what CNN says. These are things that are not just an indication of someone's opinion. Of course not. The fact that we even have to discuss this in any other time period in U.S. history, it would not be an issue. In any other time period in U.S. history, it would be simply, look, end Mueller probe, indict Clinton, and then move on with our lives. This is not, we are asleep as a country, by the way. I don't want to get too political on this channel devoted to politics, but we're asleep as a country. We are asleep as a country. We are not focused on the biggest issues to keep us safe. We're focused on justifying Clinton's loss. J.B. Goth, thank you. Thank you so much, J.B. Goth. Hey, H.A., do you follow Q? I do not. I no offense to anybody who watches Q. I respect you. I'm not like Democrats where I try to insult or demean people I disagree with. I don't follow Q because it's completely anonymous, and I want to just I want to look at the sources. So that's one reason I'm always in good standing with YouTube. I just look at I just Wall Street Journal. I use CNN, MSNBC, Fox, left and right. I'll use sources. New York Times, Washington Post. I'll use. But so I'm not really into it, but I'm not into it at all. But I respect you if you are. I just worry that I don't like, even if hey, there's some accurate information or whatever. I don't like things I can't see or things I don't know where it's coming from, or things I can't link to an actual reputable source, or a source that most people consider reputable. But so that's my but what we're talking about here is there's never been a time period in U.S. history. Oh, thank you. Taco time. See, I love tacos. I love tacos. But there was basically an FBI dating service. FBI want to sex you up all night.com. Everyone was hooking up with everyone. Did they even do any work? 5541 James, hey HA, why is it that the DNC has not been compelled to hand over their servers? If they were hacked, why wouldn't they want the FBI to take a look? F5541 James, because very simply, it's a giant fabrication. All of this was basically paid for by Hillary Clinton. They were never hacked. The NSA is moderately confident in that, and BuzzFeed is suing the DNC. There was one person, a couple people critique me like, all you talk about is special access program intelligence on Hillary's server, and BuzzFeed is suing the DNC. But yeah, BuzzFeed is suing the DNC because the DNC is basically saying, well, we're not going to give you any evidence about the Steele dossier, which is complete nonsense that Clinton paid for. It's salacious for a reason because it's Bill Clinton's private life. He's the one who gets peed on, not Trump. But and they obviously didn't want anyone to look at the servers because they were bluffing. The servers were never hacked. That's why they didn't, allow anyone to look at the servers. Even Comey is like, oh, we asked them and they said no. The DNC is interesting. When they cheat Bernie, they say, oh, well, we're a private organization. When they get hacked, allegedly, they say, oh my God, national security. How can you be a private organization and then be tied to national security? Doesn't work that way. You're not part of the US government. You shouldn't have the US government protecting you or retaliating based on lies from a political organization that purchased their own Russian hacking and Russia nonsense myth, meddling myth. William Binney, Ray McGovern, CIA and NSA legends and FBI legends, or CIA and NSA legends, the brilliant Elizabeth Voss of Disobedient Media, they've all exposed the myth. There was no hack. And CrowdStrike isn't even certain. And by the way, CrowdStrike, the company that the DNC chose, they would never let Trump strike. Let's say Trump said, hey, we were hacked. The RNC was hacked. I have this great company called Trump Strike. They would never allow that. They would never, ever, ever, ever allow that type of thing. So let's go ahead really quickly. What did Peter Strzok do? The Hill by Cheryl Atkinson. Wow. This is a great one. Wow. This is fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and here's a link to it. I urge everyone to read this. Azande X, thank you. Merci beaucoup. Azande X, I have been with you from the beginning. So glad to see you on this level. Love and appreciate your work. Thank you from Haiti. Well, thank you. I love the people of Haiti. Thank you so much. And merci beaucoup. And just thank you so much. Merci beaucoup pour ta gentillesse. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you, Azande X. Thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and Peter Strzok. Thank you again. Thank you, Azande X. I don't speak French that well, but it's great if I'm ever in New York and there are people from a lot of people from Haiti and New York. And if I, meet somebody just on the street or whatever, speak French, it's awesome. Okay, so what does Strzok do? Thank you again, Azande X. Thank you. What did Strzok do? Well, how about this? His lover, Trump's never going to become president, right? Right, honey? She's a Valley girl. She's from the Valley in San Fernando Valley, California. Oh my God, it's horrible. All right, I'm reading something that's crazy. All right, so FBI attorney Lisa Page, who also worked on special counsel Mueller's team, Trump is not ever going to become president, right? No, he won't. We'll stop it. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. will stop it. No, he won't. How do you know? What does that even mean? No, he won't. Will stop it. How are you going to stop it? That's not bias. That is a conspiracy. It's not a theory because there's evidence. Oh, well, you don't know that what he said is stop it. Yeah, all his actions. Deleting 5 references to gross negligence, trying to frame General Flynn. Are you kidding me? August 15, 2016, Strzok. I want to believe the path you threw out for consideration in Andy's office, that there's no way Trump gets elected. But I'm afraid we can't take that risk. Well, what risk? Kind of like going to Walmart and smelling all the smelly Trump supporters? Is that the risk? I'm Peter Strzok. I suffered for you. I had to go and smell the stench of Trumpers. It's bad enough that I can only afford shopping at Walmart with these low-life, low-class, smelly Trumpers. But now I haven't, the insurance policy didn't work. Nothing worked, honey. So, Strzok, I want to believe the path you threw out for consideration in Andy's office, there's no way he gets elected. But I'm afraid we can't take that risk. It's like an insurance policy in the unlikely event you die before you're 40. Wow. Okay. That's really great. Bible or Traditions. Thank you so much. Thank you, Bible or Traditions. You have the scoop on Sessions. Who is his favorite superhero, and does he like hot chocolate or warm milk before bed? This has been plaguing me for years. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. Okay. So you have a scoop on who is his favorite super. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll do this real quickly. Thank you so much. Bible or Traditions. Let's rock this.
Hello, Mr. President. How are you? Who do you think would win? I don't know what you're doing. I'm sorry. I had to ask you this. Who do you think would win, Mighty Mouse or Batman? What? I am focused on the country. Mighty Mouse is my favorite superhero. What do you mean? What? What do you mean he's not a superhero? Of course he is. Mighty Mouse. Mighty Mouse. Well, there's nothing better. It's a flying mouse. They can pick up buildings and... Well, fine, I'm going to go then. I like warm milk. Yes. What do you mean? Because I'm telling you. Because I'm telling you I like warm milk. I like a tall glass of Yoo-hoo in the day and warm milk at night. No, I don't drink Dos Equis. Really? I do drink tequila, though. I actually drink tequila with my Yoo-hoo. I put some tequila in the Yoo-hoo in the day, and it makes the day go by faster. Okay, have a great night. Bye. So Bible or Traditions, thank you so much. Amish Space Force. Trump supporters smell like bald eagles and freedom. Thank you so much. Yes. I don't even know what a bald eagle smells like, but it's probably the smell of freedom. Amish Space Force. Thank you. For reals though, if there was a space force, I would want it to be an Amish Space Force. It'd be the most wonderful, moral. Just me. Thank you so much. You are so kind and just so generous and kind. Thank you. Thank you very, very, very much. Thank you, Just Me. You are so smart. Wish I had your brain. Love the impressions. Thank you. I'm sure you're smarter than me. This is like, this type of thing is more tenacity than intelligence. So I'm like, have you seen this the movie Waterboy? You know when he's like made fun of, and the character's like, and he like tackles. That's me with this. I'm just like, special access program intelligence transferred to her server. How did it get there? That ends all of this, so we can move on with our lives and have a normal political system. But Sessions just wants to relax with a yoo-hoo. But Just Me, thank you so very, very much.
Thank you, Just Me. Thank you so very, very much. I really appreciate it. Solome. You are wonderful, Solome. Thank you so much for always supporting this channel. Solome Baptiste Smith. Thank you. Thank you so much, Solome. But yeah, I mean, Just Me, thank you so much always for your kindness and generosity. I think that if you're just, when you look at what Democrats have done, is that they've tried to, they realize the American people and people around the world are extremely intelligent and extremely have great intuition. And I'd rather be wise than be intelligent. I'd rather have wisdom than have, I'd rather have immense wisdom and intuition than just be this genius that, like, you know, just picks my nose and, like, you know, I can go ahead and tell you what's, you know, in a black hole, or, you know, quantum physics or whatever, take a test and, you know, ace the test in a second. But I'd rather have wisdom. Democrats lack wisdom. Trump actually has wisdom. That's, a lot of people don't get that. A lot of people don't get that, because his thing is, I'm going to basically look at what Democrats have done. And if they dare say that I am unique in what I'm doing, just, here's the mirror. Look, Democrats, look at yourself. You like what you see? All you have to do is shine a mirror on, and you know, just show a mirror. Democrats, when they're given a mirror, they don't like what they see. They hate what they see. So then when they go ahead and they say, well, Trump is racist, if they were forced to look at themselves, they would see racist. They would see racism. Just in Clinton alone, but Bill Clinton, what was it? One of the congressional in Congress, they were like, well, don't help Black Lives Matter. Don't go ahead and help them. If they come, don't offer any policy solutions. The Bill Clinton sparred with Black Lives Matter, said, basically insulted them during one of his speeches. I mean, we can go on forever. Then, you know, we can go on forever. And they're like, well, Trump said this. Yeah, well, Hillary Clinton said this, meant it, and actually implemented policies along with Bill. So there you go. Try and the way they twist Trump's words is unbelievable. Late August 2016, reportedly working for the FBI, Professor Stefan Alper, a reputed one-time CIA operative, meets with Trump campaign chairman Sam Clovis, offering his services as a foreign policy advisor. Halper would later offer to hire Carter Page, a foreign policy advisor. So basically, it was just entrapment for Carter Page. Former British spy Christopher Steele, hired by private research firm Fusion GPS to investigate the Trump campaign, becomes an FBI source and uses, associate dep. Wow. Bruce Orr as a point of contact. Wow. Associate deputy director. So Bruce Orr was high up. This is just unbelievable. I mean, so Just Me, thank you so much always for your continued generosity for this channel. Thank you. This is just unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Sending that out right now. This is just unbelievable. So Christopher Steele. So Cheryl Atkinson's just a brilliant, brilliant journalist. And that's the thing. Like, you don't find journalists like in the WikiLeaks emails. You don't find journalists that are beholden to the Republican Party, but you'll find journalists that were beholden to Hillary Clinton and the Democratic Party. And that's all over the WikiLeaks emails. And they still lose. So FBI Attorney Lisa Page texts Strzok, Obama wants to know everything we're doing. Of course. Of course, then it's like, oh my God, no, he didn't say. Every time they're caught with their pants down, they it's like they're constantly on the defensive now. Before they were like, Russia, you worked with Russia, didn't you? You worked with Russia, didn't you? So dirty and underhanded and shady and immoral and unethical and sad, pathetic. You worked with Russia, didn't you? No, where's the evidence? Their evidence was suspicion. They actually redefined suspicion as evidence. That's not evidence. Having suspicion isn't evidence. Having evidence is evidence. So, I don't know, 85 donors gave $156 million to the Clinton Foundation, then miraculously met with Clinton. That is evidence, considering the continual Haiti, $10 billion stolen from Haiti, 3% given to reconstruction projects, 97% gone. Where's the money? Page text Strzok, finally 2 pages away from finishing All the President's Men. Did you know the president resigns in the end? Ha 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 ha. Strzok, what? God, we should be so lucky. Yeah. They hate Trump with a passion. And if you are Strzok right now, sign it. Go ahead and just there's some awesome things. If you're Strzok right now, you go ahead and you call up Jeff Sessions. You go ahead, you call up Jeff Sessions, and you just, hello, Strocky Poo. Hi. Why are you calling me so late? I just got my milk, warm milk. I'm in the nude right now. Yes. I just wanted to tell you, because I could. Because you're calling me to make a deal? Yes. Did I tell you I'm in the nude drinking warm milk? What you got for me, Strocky Poo? Andrew McCabe. You're going to talk about that meeting, are you? Good. What about Comey? Because you know he ain't your homie. Yes. What about Lisa Page? You going to go ahead and abandon ship? Abandon ship. Abort mission. Space Force. Yes. You got info on her too? Okay. Good. Good. We're starting someplace. What about Klein Smith and Moyer? What about Brennan? What about Clapper? Why'd you go to London, by the way? Why did you say stop Trump? Oh, okay. We're going to get to that. You're going to go ahead and set the roof on fire. We don't need no water. Yeah. You're going to submarine all of them. Good. So you were never going to indict Clinton, were you? Making H.A. Goodman look like a fool. Oh, but we'll get him. We'll exonerate. We'll vindicate, reciprocate H.A. Goodman. Yes. Okay. We have enough evidence to indict Clinton. Thank you, Peter Strzok. Talk to you later. By the way, did I mention I was in the nude? Okay, bye. Poo-poo out. So that they're going to go ahead and I know I need a rotary phone. So that's what's going to take place. That is what's going to take place. Let's see. 887 people. Yes. Oh no. I know. Oh my God. I'm listening to myself imitating someone else. Strzok texts about unfinished business that he unleashed with the Clinton classified email probe and states, now we need to fix it and finish it. The IG report, Strzok showed bias in his decision to prioritize Trump-Russia. Gee, you think? He created the appearance that I love these like legalese. That legalese is hilarious. He created the appearance that something bad could have taken place while he was trying to make a lot of things horrible take place. All right, so go ahead. So it's just unbelievable. I mean, he's caught red-handed. 892 people on this bad boy. Thank you. He's caught red-handed. He is caught red-handed. And instead of simply going ahead and doing the right thing and just admitting, like, you know, the best thing Strzok could do, just from a public relations standpoint, because then you'd have half the country love you. And you would then, you would have actually more than half the country, and Democrats would eventually love you, because just go ahead and admit there was this giant conspiracy. Just go ahead and admit. If you call up Sessions, you're like, look, I want immunity. Like Andrew McCabe wanted immunity. They're like, nah, not going to get it. The arrests will eventually take place, or the flipping and sinking. I mean, eventually, this is not sustainable, ladies and gentlemen. So when people say, oh, it's never going to happen, well, it's happening already. The same people who said she's never going to get indicted are the same people who said Trump will never win. It's very interesting to say something will never happen when there's evidence pointing to the contrary. It's still being negative, despite the evidence, is still easier than looking at the evidence. Page to Strzok. The New York Times probability numbers are dropping every day. I'm scared for our organization. Page text Strzok, finally 2 pages away. Okay. September 2nd, Obama wants to know everything we're doing. Gee, when did they find out about the wiener laptop? When did they find out about the wiener? In September. They found out about the wiener in September. By the way, also, I am in my HA Second Amendment channel. Check it out if you're interested in, interested in firearms and care about the Second Amendment, appreciate the Second Amendment. I'm shooting a .357 Model 686 Smith & Wesson revolver, about a 4-inch barrel. And I have just a really great group of people on my HA Second Amendment also. Really wonderful. And I have 484 people on 4,084 people. So it's .357 Magnum revolver. I have 47 comments already, so it's pretty awesome. Definitely check that out. So definitely check that out. That is actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and put my Second Amendment channel on this. Here you go. It's in the description section, so you can go ahead and see it in the description section. But all right, so let's go ahead. All right, 872 people. Let's just, so Goodman is going to grill Strzok. Strzok is in a really tough situation, really tough, because what's going to take place is when the Office of Professional Responsibility descends upon Trump, then you got to also consider what I mean, that could be for Peter Strzok, who's already been like humiliated by all of this. That might be like an indictment. So he might flip and saying, I mean, all of this is not sustainable. All of this is not sustainable. You see, like they can't. The cracks in the propaganda, they're not now. Now the Democratic Party is engaging in so much propaganda that they don't know what to do. They keep on like fumbling and almost, you know, undermining themselves or owning themselves. It's just unbelievable. And that's another thing. The IG report is hilarious because the IG report went ahead and, I mean, you talk about evidence. The IG Horowitz said, yeah, there's a whole lot of bias, but we didn't have testimonial or evidence that the prosecutors, well, we don't know how she transferred top secret intelligence from SIPRNet, JWICs, and SCIFs and special access program intelligence. We don't know where the special access program intelligence emanated. We don't know where the she had 22 top secret emails. Where did they emanate from? What computer networks within the US government? How did she transfer the top secret emails? How did she transfer the top secret emails? That's the question. That's the biggest question of all. And go ahead. I mean, that's the biggest question of all. Now, this is amazing. Teen on Alaska Air flight helps blind and deaf passengers traveling alone, goes viral. Wow, that's so awesome. And then you have Rosenstein.
Department and FBI for more. Hey.
Then you have Rosenstein, who won't give documents. So every single aspect of this is just coming crashing down. Adriana Gates, love your live streams. Thank you, Adriana. Thank you, Adriana, so much. Adriana Gates, thank you. Thank you, Adriana Gates. And I love doing these live streams with everybody. It's pretty awesome. It is pretty awesome. Here's my HA Second Amendment, by the way. So thank you, Adriana. Thank you. So I just went ahead, and that's on YouTube. So I just went ahead, and so if you're interested in that, it's 357 Magnum revolver I'm shooting, but safely and responsibly, abiding by YouTube policies. Most importantly, just safe, handling of firearms. Representative Goodlack suggests there is some DOJ resistance to some transparency over the Russia probe. I love the extremely civil manner in which they believe there's some transparency issues. Hey, they don't want to. They're withholding 1.2 million documents. They've only given 3,000 on the Russia probe and Clinton emails.
Hey, Arthel, congressional investigators have been trying to get this information from the Justice Department and FBI for more than a year now, and there is growing frustration over the lack of answers that they're getting. The House Judiciary and Intelligence Committees have requested more than 1 million documents related to the Clinton email investigation and surveillance of members of the Trump campaign. One of the big questions that lawmakers are looking into is whether the FBI used informants to contact members of the Trump campaign prior to July 31st, 2016, which is when the Bureau opened its Russia investigation. On Friday, the FBI sent a confidential letter to House GOP officials that was supposed to address that issue. But lawmakers say it wasn't enough.
First of all, there's a continual bad faith here from the FBI and the Department of Justice. This was delayed, and literally at the 11th hour.
So what was I saying about angry Republicans? They're angry, and they have a right to be angry. And the issue with the Republicans is that they've been on the defense. They were on the defensive in 2017. Now, 2018, going into November, they're on the offensive. So this Peter King.
Friday night, we got this response. The response is inadequate. For instance, they do not answer the question about whether or not they're informants.
Oh, Lord.
Phil could
To do with this. In fact, I remember James Clapper saying he wasn't even aware there was an investigation going on when he was the director of national intelligence. They're ducking this.
Congressional investigators are concerned over the role that personal politics may have played into the FBI targeting the Trump campaign and launching its Russia investigation, particularly given the anti-Trump bias expressed by several former top officials at the Bureau.
We, of course, in our investigation.
This is Bob Goodlatte. Imagine this guy grilling Strzok. It'd be fantastic.
Are very disturbed by the connection between these two investigations, the same characters being involved, the disparate way they gave very special treatment to Hillary Clinton. And as you say, the questions have arisen about how they have looked into the Trump campaign, including possibly using informants.
Devin Nunes, who chairs the Intel Committee, responded to the DOJ's letter today and gave them a deadline of tomorrow by 5 p.m. to directly answer whether confidential sources were used, and if so, how many were deployed against the Trump campaign prior to the Bureau officially opening its investigation.
So they're like, so then the FBI sends a letter, and the FBI is like, yeah, we used Trump camp. We went ahead and used informants. So what are you gonna do about it? Bible or traditions? Thank you. The Wiener probe can be weaponized for use in the Space Force for John Brennan. Yes, yeah, and I think John Brennan would be like John Brennan's bag. Like if he calls up the Trump administration, "Hello, President Trump. I hate you. I hate your cacatocracy. I hate everything about you. But I have an idea. Let's go ahead and have Wiener probes. That's my grand vision. My grand Wiener vision. Wiener probes as spaceships, giant wieners, patrolling the galaxy. Why not? Dare to dream. You have to dream big. It's space. Dream about big Wiener probes in space." Thank you so much, Bible or traditions. Thank you. The Wiener probe can be weaponized for use in the Space Force for John Brennan. I still can't get over Space Force. I don't know. But one of my amazing subscribers stated yesterday that it could be a way to kind of siphon greed away from the military industrial complex into space. So Glenn Beck walks out a tense CNN interview after Brian Stelter asked why his company was imploding.
Glenn, a lot to get to.
I think that's the most ridiculous.
Saying that your company's in trouble, that you were trying to find a buyer. Is this related to the point about people not talking to each other? That if you want to create that media company?
So like Stelter just wants to hurt him any way possible. That's why, look, when you go on air, you have to, obviously Glenn Beck, so he knows, like he did build a media, empire, but now it's not doing well at all. And so you have to know, obviously, if anybody knows, it's this guy Beck, but I've been on television before and you always ready. So like if you're on, the camera's on, you have to like remember, like they can try to hurt you or get you or somehow, and you're ready in your brain, you have to be ready. So, but apparently this guy
company, there's not interest. What's going on with that?
Wow. Brian, thanks a lot. I think that's the most ridiculous question I've ever heard. I'm sitting here ready to talk to you about the detaining of children and parents and trying to break families apart, something that has been happening with Janet Reno. That's why it went to the Supreme Court in the first place. With Janet Reno, it's been happening. We want to stop it, and you want to play those games? Have a nice day.
What game did I just play?
What game? So
the question on the Daily Beast website that had
the Daily Beast website, DNC publication, DNC. So it's hilarious. So Brian Stelter, he's like looking at the, and it's just, and they know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly. It's all about. So I mean, in this, Glenn Beck actually was right to get upset because it's not, this is all one big game for media. Like, whereas you and I, one reason like the live streams are so cool, we have 910 people on this. One reason the live streams are so cool and they're great is that you and I care about this. We care about the future of the country. We care. That's why I focus on many of the same things over and over and over again, because they just aren't talking about it. How she transferred top secret intelligence. Nobody's talking. That's the end. That ends the whole thing. But to most of these people, like especially the to most of these people, especially in the media, it's just about entertainment. It's not about the future of the country at all. So they're just, a lot of the people that you see on TV are just, they would have been actors, but they are, quote unquote journalists now. So FBI sends classified letter to House GOP on use of informants in Trump campaign. Yeah, they used Stefan Alper. He was paid $1 million. He was a CIA operative in the 80s. Yeah, and he always tied to GCHQ and to people in London. The FBI and DOJ was infiltrating a campaign for the benefit of another campaign. That is a really big deal, President Trump. Yeah, the FBI or DOJ was in. Yeah, it's true. It's very true.
So I was with him last night when he said that. We were on Martha McCallum's show together. I, the president, had nothing, any communication with.
I love Judge Napolitano. He's fantastic. So Strzok page texts, oh, it's not a big deal. It's not that big of a deal. Informant in the Trump campaign, oh, it's just, it was to help him. No evidence of Trump Russia. Well, we just have to keep investigating. Disclaimers, warranty disclaimers in the ODNI and DHS reports. Well, there's those are reports. Oh, yeah, okay, but there's no evidence in there. The Steele dossier, BuzzFeed suing the DNC. FBI, 10 FBI agents and directors and people are just, they're either out of the kicked out or there's a huge investigation. Oh, Comey is being investigated to the basis of the Mueller probe. So the Mueller probe is pretty much done. The Mueller probe is pretty much done. Mueller's outsourcing the he's outsourcing the Internet Research Agency probe, which is hilarious. He's like, yeah, I don't want any part of this. So, and that is also, thank you for the kind words, everybody. But he's outsourced. So Mueller is like, yeah, we have no evidence, because Mueller thought that like he could be like, you're indicted, and that's it. You're charged. Like when they indict Clinton, eventually they will have a mountain of evidence, specifically on how she transferred top secret intelligence. But there's no evidence that the Russian Internet Research Agency influenced one vote. They spent $46,000 compared to $81 million. Between Trump and Clinton, pre-election, spent $81 million on Facebook. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And that's a waste of money on Facebook, let me tell you. So 81 million Facebook. Trump and Clinton spent $81 million on U.S. election Facebook ads. That is the biggest waste of money ever. So 81 million. Do you want to know what the company that Mueller has indicted? They spent $46,000 on pre-election Facebook ads. $46,000. That gets you nothing. Gets you bupkis, nothing. That's a joke. $46,000. And how many people were influenced? Where are the studies done? So the U.S. government spent all, what, 20 million now on the Mueller probe, which is hilarious, into nothing. At least Bill Clinton did get the you-know-what. He did have oral sex. That's that. And he lied about it. So that did happen. Nixon, there was a break-in with Nixon in the Watergate building. And there was a cover-up of the break-in. There was no predicate crime here with Trump and Russia. So it's just unbelievable. It is just unbelievable. And let's go ahead. We are at 2 hours. We're at 2 hours, ladies and gentlemen. 2 hours. And we're at 2 hours. And I have 116 plus thousand on my way to 117 and 120,000 subscribers. But we got like 948 people watching. And for the size of this channel, it's pretty amazing. And it's a testament to you and the fact that you guys and gals are all awesome. Really quickly, how many couples can you name in all of this? So there's Bill and Hillary, there's Uma Abedin and Anthony Weiner. There's Bruce and Nellie Orr, there's Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, there's Kevin Kleinsmith and Sally Moyer. That's 5 couples intertwined in all of this craziness. Andrew McCabe and his wife, that's 6 couples. So, exactly. Well, that's one possible couple. I should draw up a flow chart, but I absolutely should. Rosenstein and his wife possibly has something to do. His wife, maybe she's Democratic. I forgot who she was. Yes. So, then you have Mueller, who has been friends with Comey for a long time. All these people know each other on the Democratic side. All right, we're going to wrap this up soon, ladies and gentlemen. I want to stay, but the 2-hour stream is awesome. We have to regroup because I want to do another live stream in a couple of hours. So I will be back, but yeah. Sessions and Santa's wife. That's true. Sessions gets around. Hold on one second. So, hi, Mrs. Claus. How are you? What are you wearing? All right. Let's just check really quickly. if Trump tweeted something. All right. Trump. So just an hour ago, the United States is insisting that all countries that have placed artificial trade barriers and tariffs on goods going into their country remove those barriers and tariffs or be met by more than reciprocity by the USA. Trade must be fair and no longer a one-way street. Democrats will say, this is boorish. Oh, boorish. Oh, my God. But what did he say that's not accurate? If you engage in tariffs, you're going to get tariffs. So give me your thoughts below. Please hit subscribe. Definitely hit subscribe. Let's get this to 120,000 subscribers. And I'm loving these live chats. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much. And God bless you all. I will see you very soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. And I'll try to do another one in a couple of hours. Thank you so much. Hit subscribe. Let your friends know about H.A. Goodman on YouTube. If you're into the Second Amendment, definitely check out H.A.'s Second Amendment. And to my live chat, super chat people, thank you so much for your support of my voice and this channel. Thank you so much. As my voice grows, I hope yours does as well. And thank you so much for your kindness and supporting this channel. Thank you to the super chat people. Thanks so much. See you soon.